So to me, travel is all about broadening one's perspective, right? Because what happens when you travel, you get to experience different cultures, you meet some really interesting people, and it actually takes you out of your comfort zone and makes you a more well-rounded person. So to me, travel is all about broadening my perspective. Fundamentally, I like to make my own list, but the list is also driven by the stimulus that I get. So sometimes, you end up meeting somebody who's an interesting person and he or she tells you about this amazing place that they went to somewhere. Or of course, when you read up something, you get some thoughts from there. So I think it's a matter of keeping eyes and ears open for stimulus, and then what you finally choose to go to is a combination of putting all of those together, and then from a timing perspective, the right season to go, and so on and so forth. So I would say it's a combination of all of those. Oh, absolutely. I just told you I came back from Annapurna base camp. On Sunday, I got a call from two of my ex-brand managers from Singapore who said that, look, we want to take you on a conference call. We are planning to go to Annapurna base camp. Can you share with us your story and how it was? So yeah, I'm happy that I'm able to inspire some people to do that. Or the other day I was telling somebody that I went to Burma and I had a fantastic experience there. And then, of course, the one thing led to the other, and those couple ended up going to Burma and pretty much following the itinerary that we did. No, again, I think that's an interesting question. To me, again, I would rely on a combination of the two. What happens is I have a few friends who are passionate about traveling. So they always provide information on, where they went, how was it, and so on and so forth. So that definitely is a must for me. The other is, of course, thanks to Google and thanks to so many other, apps and websites today, you get so much more information. So I think it's a question of putting the two together and finding the sweet spot in terms of the intersection. See, more and more, again, what I've seen in the recent past in my travel is I've been staying in more and more offbeat locations. So whether it is some very interesting places found through Airbnb or some nice homestays that I've come across, to me, what that offers is an ability to get to understand the local nuances much better. So when you stay in an Airbnb, the host very often visits you, he or she gives you what are the places to go to, which are the local places where the locals hang out. So those kind of things you will never find when you're in a luxury hotel. That is not to say I don't like luxury. Once in a while it's good to stay in a nice luxurious property and just indulge yourself. But if I had to choose between the two, I would go any day for the offbeat places which have a lot more character to them rather than the known luxury hotels. Yeah, I think a couple of concerns. One is sometimes in India what happens is what they say it will be and what it is. There seems to be a gap between the two, right? So that's a bit of a concern. Like I remember once I went to an Airbnb in Mumbai. The pictures told a very different story from what was there in reality. So I think somewhere we need to build our credibility on that thing. The second is, of course, in India, many places you stay, the hygiene and the levels of hygiene. Look, I'm not fussed about luxury. I need a neat, clean bed and a neat and clean loo. But sometimes the hygiene is a bit of a question mark. And I think the third part about travel in India, sometimes it becomes a bit of a challenge, especially for women, if they are traveling alone, right? So in terms of just safety and comfort. So I think these are 2 or 3 challenges, I would say, that is there in India. It's really tough to choose one. I mean, there are many things I can talk about, but I won't get into detail. But so one, for example, was when I went to Kilimanjaro 2 years ago. I mean, we went to Kenya. From there, we went to Arusha and then trekked up to Mount Kilimanjaro. Fantastic experience. Of course, it was a tough climb and the satisfaction when you reach the top was great. But also along the way, we got to really understand a little bit more of the African people, their culture and their attitude to life. I think that was a great experience.